Hi, I'm Sue Tiger from Tiger Gardens. We're here getting peaches for the first delivery in June, and then there will be another one in July. So excited! Here's what we came home with: 12 boxes. This is where the bulk of our products come from in 4 days. These are going to be the juiciest peaches you have ever had in your life. And it's not a smoky flavor, I would say. It's super juicy. The grilling just pulls those juices right out. They'll sit in an ice bath and the skins will come right off. And one of our favorite things to make as soon as the peaches ripen is grilled peach jelly. We get the juice when they come off the grill. We dice them or get them whole and strain them, and then the juice falls right out. So we use this peach juice to make our peach jelly, which is won state fair twice and county fair once. Peach jelly is super fun to watch. It foams the most, and it's very dramatic, and there's some tricks to helping it set. So I'm going to take you through that entire process right now. We first need a great big pot for our jelly because jelly foams and it rises to the top very quickly. So we need a tall pot. 4 cups of peach juice, 4 tablespoons of lemon juice, 2 pouches of liquid pectin, 4 cups of sugar. We're reducing that from the 7.5 cups of sugar called for by the ball canning recipe because I think that's a little too sweet, and as long as the jelly sets, that should be fine. We also need our favorite ladle, our wooden spoon to stir the jelly as it boils, and jars. This recipe makes 6 to 8 8-ounce jars. We start with 4 cups of juice. This applies pretty much to any other fruit jelly recipe. 4 cups is pretty much the max that you would want to use. Never double a jelly or jam recipe, and I'll tell you why later. 4 tablespoons of bottled lemon juice, not fresh. You want to control the acidity. And 4 cups sugar. The peach jelly is high acid enough that it will kill any spoilers that try and get in its way. So we're going to try and make it work with 4 cups. Now, dissolve the sugar and then bring this to a boil that cannot be stirred down. I'll show you the difference between a rolling boil and a boil that cannot be stirred down. It's going to take 5 to 10 minutes. And here it starts to boil. This is just the beginning. This is a boil that can be stirred down. And here it goes. This is a boil that cannot be stirred down. That happened pretty quickly. And if I let this go, if I'm not attentive to it, it will boil over the pot. See, it has about 6 inches to go. There it goes. Climbing up. But you really have to be careful. Peach juice is forever foamy. It's foamier than any of the other fruits that I've experienced. If I let this go, this will boil over the pot. It will be a hot, sticky mess. You don't want that to happen. So you want as tall a pot as you can get in the first place, and that way you have room to play with. Be careful. At this point, the jelly will spit, and it hurts. It's hot. But you want to hold it at this level for a whole minute. After a minute, we add 2 pouches of liquid pectin. It will come right back up to a boil that cannot be stirred down. And it rises very quickly. You want to make sure it doesn't boil over. Hold this for 1 minute. Now you want to turn off the heat and let this simmer down. And the foam comes down very quickly. We just need to let this cool and then skim off the rest of the foam before we put this into jars. So how do you tell if the jelly will set? If the plane of the surface sticks together, then you can tell that the jelly has a pretty good likelihood of setting. So see how that wrinkles right there? We can tell that the plane is starting to surface. So let's get this into hot jars. Now this is the secret to getting jellies and jams to set. The recipes will tell you get hot liquid into hot jars, but see how this is kind of runny still? There's a likelihood that this will not set, so I let it sit out in the air for up to 24 hours, and then we'll look at it. I look at it about every hour to see if this has gelled. And I can already tell that this is going to set nicely. See how the plane is sticking together. Now we just need to measure for headspace. And we'll do that with all the jars, wipe the rims, and put on the lids. And now before putting these in the water bath canner, it's important to label completely. I try not to abbreviate because if you're canning a lot, these things can mean different things. So I write out peach jelly and I put the date. This is before I put them in the water bath canner. Now we let these sit out overnight to make sure they completely set up. See, that's pretty runny. And then we will water bath them tomorrow. This recipe makes 6 to 8 8-ounce jars.